Today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, we have leaks before the next update was even announced. If this sounds interesting to you, if you like leaks, and if you want to learn more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the first 300k OGs on the channel, and let's get into the video. This is from the Dawn Discord server, link in the description down below if you like leaks. And it's something about blacksmithing. And this has me really curious and really excited. Because one of the things I've loved about Grow a Garden of late was cosmetics and building a really cool garden. And maybe later in the video, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But everything I've seen from these leaks paints the picture of crafting, of blacksmithing, of creating cosmetics, and of some weird pet aging stuff. Let me just, let's just get into this. Now, as always, these leaks could be placeholders. Things with these leaks can change at the drop of a hat. So be careful what you look at and be careful assuming everything is going to be as we see. These are leaks. These may not even come out, but we'll have to wait and see. Up first, crafting time of 5 minutes, a garden ingot, as well as a crafting time of 6 minutes, a smith treat. I don't know what's going on here, but the fact that it requires small treats is interesting, but look at the ingredients. Look at this is strange. Coal, garden ore. Are we mining in Grow a Garden? I don't know what's going on here. But then if you look further down, you can see that there is a pet shard. That is very clearly a pet shard. But what does the pet shard do? How does it affect the game? What is happening with a blacksmithing related update? Well, at the top here, we have what looks like the pet shard forger. Will our pets be able to help us with forging ingredients? A gem egg, garden ore, cleansing shard. A gem egg. Is that going to be the name of the new egg? Is this a mining blacksmithing update? Could we actually be digging deep into the actual map of Grow a Garden itself? That would be really interesting. And this update is nothing I had in my mind. I was considering underwater, outer space, exotic locations that we could go to. But blacksmithing and crafting, hopefully we can make some really cool stuff. Let's keep looking. Next we have the Smith Hammer of Harvest. Garden ingot, garden ingot, garden ingot. Smith Hammer of Harvest. Is that somehow going to harvest our garden? Is that an item for Harvest All? Honestly, Harvest All is something that we as a community have been missing dearly with the second part of the Safari update. I understand why they removed Harvest All. It was literally making the Roblox servers catch fire with all of the latency and the lag and the freezing and the crashes. So I get why Roblox probably contacted Grow a Garden. They were like, shut it down. So I'm excited to possibly see an item that might be a Harvest All, but that's not everything. What I'm getting from the vibe of this so far is it's similar to the cooking update in that it brought in a whole, potentially, it brought in a whole new mechanic that we hadn't seen before, the cooking mechanic. But the cooking mechanic kind of fell flat. Even though cooking food makes a lot of sense. You're growing a garden to make food, so cooking it is the next logical step. But one thing that this blacksmithing update might be able to do that is actually very beloved in the Grow a Garden community is give us more cosmetics to craft and create, and house building and base building. I want to build a tree house in one of my giant trees. I want to build a castle. I want to build a really cool, beautiful mansion. Housing and crafting and cosmetics, all that kind of stuff is actually beloved in Grow a Garden, way more than cooking ever was as a concept. And the next object is a Thunderbringer. It might be Thunderbringer, but look, it requires the Smith Hammer of Harvest to craft, as well as soup, probably placeholder. Then again, everything here can be placeholders. All of this is weird. So it looks like you're crafting a thing to craft a thing and moving down the crafting list. But garden ingots and coal, how are we getting our hands on those? Coal, you could probably burn wood. Usually in video games, when you burn wood, you can make coal. So I bet you can probably take plants, woody plants, coconuts, and things like that, and maybe turn that into coal. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Now we're looking at some pets with obviously placeholder images here. We have the gem egg, which on this is a common egg, a piece of coal, and a garden ingot. Again, subject to change. All of this is subject to change. But look at this. You're crafting pets. This could just be a testing purpose, but here we're crafting pets. A smithing dog, a smithing lion. I wonder if these specific pets will help us in the purposes of crafting and smithing in this game. This is strange. The one downside I see is we have pets to make shop pets bigger and chest pets bigger and egg pets bigger. We don't have Pachycephalosaurus. Look at how much crafting there is. Guys, use your brains. Pachycephalosaurus, you heard it here first. Whoa, okay, hold on. Beneath the smithing dog is a cheetah. But a cheetah gives me the vibe of the Safari update. So what, I'm confused. I thought we were getting a smithing update. Is this Safari Part 3 with smithing added on? Is that what's going on? Or is the cheetah just a placeholder? I have so many questions. Also, just the idea that I have to sacrifice my amazing smithing dog to make a cheetah is just kind of strange. Sorry, boy, you gotta go into the oven. I need a cheetah. I don't get it. Now, here's a picture of a station meant for crafting cosmetics. Again, Pachycephalosaurus. Grab one, grab a bunch, get infinite double crafts, get perfect double crafts every time. Crafting cosmetics. This is in the middle of the map, and I don't see any evidence of the Safari stuff around this image. Then again, we don't know exactly what the update is. It hasn't officially been announced. These are all leaks early. We never get leaks early. This is crazy. Unless this is intentional. Unless they put it on the testing servers before announcing it, and now people are leaking on the testing servers. I don't know what's happening, but this is what we're looking at. This is interesting. Though it's funny, this looks like a house, right? But inside the house kind of looks like either a curling rock, if you know what that is. Awesome, you're also Canadian. Or it's a tea kettle. It could just be a teapot. But the house. I'm looking forward to hopefully base building in this game. Or what should I better base building, more supportive base building, less janky base building. Now this is an image you've all been waiting for. This looks like the contents of the gem egg. And we have some interesting pets. You notice a few things. One, the images are placeholders, right? That's a regular snail, that's a regular beetle, that's a regular octopus, mimic octopus, right? Those are placeholder images. But the names of them, topaz snail, right? Topaz, amethyst, beetle, emerald snake, sapphire macaw, diamond panther, who's a 0.5, and a ruby squid, who's a 0.25. I wonder if those percentages actually stick, or if they're placeholder percentages. So again, with the crafting and the mining and the blacksmithing, you have pets that are beautiful, wonderful gemstones. Topaz, amethyst, emerald, sapphire, diamond, ruby. Why is the diamond not higher than the ruby? This makes no sense to me, but I'm not the one making the decisions. I wonder if this holds up. I wonder if we do have a ruby squid at a 0.25% chance and a diamond panther at a 0.5% chance. That would make two very rare pets in here. Interesting. Here is another look at the, well, hold on, wait. The last one was crafting cosmetics. This one's crafting gears. There's a lot of crafting going on so far with this. And they're in the middle of the map, which leads me to believe that this is going to be the new update and not like some perennially added thing. Crafting gears, crafting cosmetics. There's a lot going on here. Pachycephalosaurus, man. Get your dinos ready, bro. And this is that blacksmithing image I showed you earlier. There's an option to skip the ingredients. So you're probably feeding him things in order for him to turn them into the ingots and all the types of things we saw for crafting. Also, if you look over here on this side of the image, let me just zoom in again for you. There's another platform here. That platform could be crafting cosmetics or crafting gear. I bet you there's a platform on either side of this main thing. I don't think we're getting a part 2 of the Safari update. Why was there a cheetah? There could just be a cheetah for no reason. But it seems to me, according to this image, that we're gonna have both platforms on either side of this middle blacksmithing section. Now, this image I've been delaying showing you because I don't know what I'm looking at here. First, clearly it requires age 100 right here. Little sticker, because we have that on the current mutation machine. Also, you guys can't see it, but now you can. I don't have my gear button or my egg button. They're gone. Why? But as you can see right here on this machine, there's a little sticker that says level 50. Clear indication, level 50. I'm annoyed that I no longer have my teleport buttons for gear and eggs. Why? Why, developers? Why do you hate me? What have I done to you other than criticize your game relentlessly? Sorry. So this could either be a new mutation machine that requires age 100, or B, something completely unrelated. It says pet age break. But why? We have the image of a bone here, okay? And then you have this pipe going down into the ground. And there was also this leak earlier in the week, yesterday, talking about a Roblox option to skip age. I mean, this thing here clearly tells you it's a pet mutation machine. And this one calls it a pet age break. A pet age break. Are you breaking the aging cycle? Is this like a pet rebirth machine that once they reach age 100, you put them in here and they no longer age up? But why? I have so many questions when it comes to this mechanic. In the end, it looks like we are getting a blacksmithing update that might give us lots of really cool gear, lots of really cool cosmetics, and maybe more. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to be a W update? Overall, I'm really intrigued, especially that pet age breaking machine. I don't know what that does. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit subscribe. Become part of the first 300K OGs on the channel. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.